That's what happened. All this bad stuff happened at the same time. All of a sudden, after 9/11, that's where we went to shop for our hotel rooms and our airfares and all that. It was like the Walmart of travel. So, average room rate used to be $200 a night. Now it's $160 a night because of this and less demand and a recession. And then $160 a night, $120 a night to us if we're paying a 25% commission. And 80% of our online reservations were coming from these guys and only 20% from our own website. So we were in trouble. So one day, when I was just thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do here, I went to a local bookstore around the corner from our offices, the Borders bookstore that's been disruptively innovated by Amazon. It's no longer there in Union Square. And I went there and I went to the business section of the bookstore looking for a business book, thinking, I went to Stanford Business School, I used to be smart, so maybe I can find something in the business section. And within 5 minutes, I realized I was completely in the wrong section of the bookstore. And so I quickly hightailed it over to the self-help section of the bookstore. And that's where I got reacquainted with Abe Maslow. Well, not himself. He died in 1970, so he was not there in the bookstore. But his books were in the self-help section, and I sat 4 hours on the floor reading his books. I only took one psychology class in college, but what I remember from psychology was I liked this guy. I liked him because he was about best practices in human behavior rather than worst practices. There's a great old expression, if the only tool you have is a hammer, everything starts to look like a... Yeah. That was Abe Maslow. He's the first person who's been attributed to actually have said that. And he said it to the psychology profession because he's basically said, we have gotten it wrong. We've spent all of these years studying psychology and thinking that everyone's broken and we're here to fix them. What if some people aren't broken? What about that woman jumping for joy at the top of the pyramid? Let's study her. And by learning more about her, then we can apply that to the people who are broken. And we can help them. And that's how he created the hierarchy of needs. He went out and studied 1,000 people who were what he thought were fulfilled and ultimately called them self-actualized, and found that everybody has the same set of basic needs at the bottom of the pyramid: water, food, air, and sleep. Once those needs are partially met, you move up the pyramid. And I'm not going to belabor this pyramid. Most of you, I'm sure almost all of you have seen this pyramid before at some point. But as I was reading his books, I read a couple of his books, I realized, gosh, self-actualization was what I was looking for when I first started the company. That's why I called it Joie de Vivre. I love the fact that peak experiences happened at the top of the pyramid, and I could think about some peak experiences. I had basically had my company for 15 years at that point, so I was a veteran CEO, and I had a lot of peak experiences along the way. So I started wondering, well, if humans can aspire to self-actualization, why can't companies? Aren't most companies just a collection of humans? At least most companies. I don't know about Cisco. I think so. Yeah. So what would a self-actualized company look like? And of course, I was thinking this is interesting, and then I sort of brought it up to my senior executives, and they're like, "What are you talking about? I mean, this is a psychology theory, and we need to make payroll. 4 months from now, we can't make payroll, so we got to figure that one out." And we did have to figure that one out. But I also said I really want us to actually look at maybe how we could look at helping us move up the pyramid. And I said, Maslow was all about talking about human potential, how we be all that we can be at the top of the pyramid. And that's what companies are all about. That's what organizations are, is helping people, and great leaders help people to live up to their potential, visualize their potential in people, and actualize it into reality. And Steve Jobs, who was mentioned earlier, was amazing at seeing the potential in products and then actualizing that into reality. So what I think is true is that great leaders with teams of people create self-actualized teams. And a collection of self-actualized teams create a self-actualized company. And how do they do it? Well, how many of you ever have seen or have experienced rowing or crew? Did you ever do it in college or high school? There's this phenomena that when people, like you have a coxswain that's the leader telling everybody what to do, when they get everybody in unison and everybody is sort of self-actualizing at the same time and on purpose the same way, is it Doug? Is that your name, the new guy? Yeah, I'm even newer than you. So, yeah, you were sort of alluding to it. When everybody gets, and get off that damn thing. Sorry. No, okay. No, I'm kidding. That's fine. No, that's good. I'm kidding. So, no.